Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. Continuing our playlist on understanding the lucky gemstones, lucky colors, favorable signs for all the lagnas. In this video, we will have our discussion on the Taurus Ascendant people. So guys, before we will start our discussion, the only reason why I am doing this playlist covering the basics of astrology is that in the month of December, on December 9th and 10th, I will be conducting a workshop covering the basics of astrology. So if you are a kind of person who always want to learn astrology but in a prescribed way and you struggle with the basics of astrology, so then attending this workshop will definitely serve some purpose. So okay friends, now starting our discussion on the Taurus Lagna people. So guys, when we talk about the pros and cons of this Lagna, so definitely because their Lagna is being ruled by the planet Venus, a planet of fashion, beauty, luxury. So they tend to remain a appreciator of beauty in all its shape, in all its form. Now one thing which makes these people very unique in life is that, see, it's not appreciable only to acquire things, get things or accomplish things. The real beauty lies in retaining things, maintaining those things, and these are the area where these Taurus Lagna people tend to remain very good. Like whether you talk about some financial deal, lucrative opportunities, or even people in relationship, they tend to remain very good in retaining them, maintaining them for longer span of time. Definitely guys, when we talk about the financial growth and prosperity, so there couldn't be any doubt over there that these people tend to remain very good and very lucky in the matters of luxury, in the matters of the attainment of financial gains and prosperity in their life. Also, when we talk about anything to do with the endurance, patience, and remaining very much focused in their goal or towards their goals, even these all are also the areas where Taurus Lagna people tend to do very good, or they remain very good in these areas of the life. Now guys, when we talk about the after discussing the good side of this Lagna, the vulnerable side, so definitely because of the fixity which we find in this Taurus Lagna, these people can remain little bit lazy at times, kind of procrastinator at times, and also there has been a lot many times it has been seen that they tend to remain very much focused towards their own goals, towards their own progress. So this kind of centeredness towards them many times kind of repel people around them. And guys, one thing which I want to highlight over here is that a lot many times it has been seen that, see, we forget this fact that it's ultimately Venus which is responsible for the transmission of the DNA. So Taurus Lagna people tend to remain very prone or vulnerable towards acquiring some sort of hereditary problems. So if in their family lineage there is some issue of the mental health, there is some issue of any physical ailment, so possibility is going to be high that a Taurus Lagna person might acquire that hereditary problem. And also guys, one more thing which I want to highlight over here is that just because in Taurus Lagna's case, your 7th house lord and the 12th house lord becomes the planet Mars. So what could be a benefic side of this Lagna? That they are very good in maintaining relationship. So what happen is that a lot many times if Mars is afflicted in the chart and you end up being in a wrong relationship with a wrong person, so compared to any other Lagna where people can actually suffer or endure at a certain stage or extent, after that either they are gonna give up or they're gonna move out, but these people tend to stick around in that abusive relationship, incompatible relationship, and keep on suffering in that relationship. And guys, so that is the flaw side of the planet Mars. Now if we will find Saturn to be afflicted in the chart, then in those kind of cases a lot many people with who have embezzled huge amount of money or who tend to remain responsible for some big scams of misappropriation of the funds, hiding those public funds in their advantage. So in a afflicted side, this Lagna could be a very front runner in those kind of accusations as well. So these are some of the pros and cons side of this Lagna. But definitely guys, when we talk about being very respectful, being very focused, and a true appreciator of beauty. So this Lagna has got a league of its own. Now guys, just because this discussion is about understanding the favorable colors, gemstones, and all those supporting elements. So picking up the favorable planets first. So definitely Venus becomes your life-giving planet. It is your ascendant lord. So Venus becomes very important. After that, Mercury becomes very important planet for you, because Mercury has got the rulership of your house of finances and fifth house, which is the Lakshmi Sthan, Trikon Sthan. And guys, also Saturn becomes the like Yog Karaka, or the most important planet for the Taurus Lagna people. Just the mere placement and dignity of the Saturn in the chart of a Taurus Lagna can give you this insight how high this person is going to rise in the life. So these are the three planets, and along with that, to an extent, Sun also becomes important, or I would say neutral planet for the Taurus Lagna people. Now the planets which are not good for you are, first of all, Jupiter is not a good planet for you, and Mars also becomes unfavorable kind of a Marak planet for the Taurus Lagna people. So guys, it's very simple. Now if you will find any of the conjunction, like Venus conjunct with Mercury, Venus conjunct with Saturn, that can give you a Raj Yoga of the highest form, and this combination taking place in some auspicious houses as well, like angular houses, first house, fourth house, seventh house, 10th house, or trine houses, fifth house, ninth house. So any of the combination getting formed with the involvement of Venus, Saturn, and Mercury, to an extent Rahu as well, will be a Raj Yoga Karaka for the Taurus Lagna people. Now just because unfavorable planets for you are the Mars and the Jupiter. So if you will find that, for example, Mars, its conjunction with Jupiter, or Mars's conjunction with Saturn, or with Venus as well, is not very auspicious specific to the Lagna of the Taurus. Now guys, when we talk about the lucky and compatible fellow ascendants for you, so definitely it has been seen that Taurus Lagna people get along very well with the Virgo Lagna people. They also get along very well with the Capricorn Lagna people. And see, Scorpio Ascendant also is very compatible to them, but moreover, there is a lot of attraction in the mind or in the personality of the Taurus Lagna towards the Scorpio Lagna. The Lagnas which are not favorable for you, first is the Sagittarius Lagna is not very favorable for you. And now this will come as a surprise to you that Libra Lagna is being ruled by your same ascendant Lord Venus. But in certain cases, Taurus Lagna people tend to suffer or incur losses with their association with the Libra Lagna as well. So these are the two Lagnas, Sagittarius and Libra, which are not very favorable, or their influence is not very favorable in the life of a Taurus Lagna. Now guys, when we talk about the lucky colors, so definitely green is a very lucky color for you, white is a very lucky color for you, and a light blue is also very lucky for you. Like, trust me, I follow lot many millionaires page on Instagram, trillionaires group in the Instagram, and lot many millionaires. You will see that all the time wearing white color, their cars, luxury cars, their planes, even the decor, interior, everything is white. So definitely white is a color which suits you greatly. Now the colors which are not auspicious or lucky for you, first of all, red is not very favorable for you. Yellow is also not very favorable for you. Now guys, when we talk about the gemstone, so definitely guys, in your case, diamond becomes a very lucky gemstone for you. You talk about diamond, you talk about opal. These are gemstones which are very favorable for you. Also green emerald becomes very favorable for you, but in the case of green emerald, it is generally advised that you should wear green emerald in combination. So if you are already wearing a opal, or you are wearing a sapphire, like blue sapphire, and if you will wear a green emerald in combination with that, then it actually function and gives some very good results. So yes, diamond, opal, green emerald and blue sapphire tend to do very good for a Taurus Lagna people. Now guys, whenever it comes down to Saturn or Saturnian gemstone, so you have to see and get your chart scrutinized that in which house and in which dignity Saturn is placed in your chart. But 99% of the times blue sapphire tend to do very good for the Taurus Lagna people. The gemstones which are not good for you are definitely yellow sapphire is not good for you, and coral is also not very favorable for you. Now guys, when we talk about the these gemstones which I just recommended for you, so these are very expensive gemstone like diamond, a very good authentic green emerald and blue sapphire, which can be very expensive. So you can think about wearing the alternative gemstones as well, like we call that with the term of substitute gemstones like lapis lazuli, zircon. So you can consider wearing them, but the thing with the substitute gems is that you have to change them at least after 2 years. After every 2 years you have to change or replace those stones. But if you are wearing the main gemstone like blue sapphire or diamond, so definitely their lifespan and their effect tend to remain very active for a longer span of time. Now guys, when we talk about the gods, like which all gods are gonna be very well suited for you. Now again, I want to say very clearly that towards whichever god your heart and your soul is very much attached or aligned, so you can keep on doing the worship of those gods, but basis your lagna, specific to your lagna, the worship of Lord Shiva, worship of Lord Vishnu and worship of goddess in any form, like this could be goddess Durga, this could be goddess Saraswati, goddess Lakshmi, or whomsoever your Kul Devi is. So worship of goddess, worship of Lord Vishnu and worship of Lord Shiva tend to remain very good for all the Taurus Lagna people. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.